guys, we are back today. We are starting on Unit 8. We're going to be talking about work, and this is for May 4th, 2020, and this is your part 1. I'm going to remind you that you can reach me at my Gmail account or on WhatsApp. All my students are on there, and this is Ventures Level 2. So today we're going to preview Unit 8, and then we're going to talk about work history and job skills. So those are the two things that we want to cover in today's lesson. Okay, since we're talking about job skills, I want to talk about my job skills. So right now, I'm an English teacher, and I teach high school. Before I was a therapist. So that's the job I have now, teacher. Before I was a therapist. So So that's part of my job history. I've also worked in retail, so like a store, a cashier. So you have a job now. Some of you are, let's see, painters. I think we had a chef in our class. We have a caregiver in our class. Let's see, we have some administrative assistants in our class. We have all kinds of jobs in our class. So, but that's what you do now. So can you talk about what you did before? That's called your, okay. So what you did before the job you have now is called your work history. So Miss Monroe's work history is teacher, and then before I was a teacher, I was a therapist. I've worked retail. Okay, so this would be my work history. Usually when you're filling out an application for a job or you're making a resume, they're going to want to know your work history. So not only would they want to know that I was a teacher, but they would want to know where I was a teacher, how long I was a teacher. Okay? So, yeah, so you need to know that what you did before is called your work history. So I was going to ask you, so what do I do now? I'm a teacher. What did I do before? I was a therapist, right? So right now, guys, sorry, I hit the wrong button again. So if I'm an English teacher, what are some job skills that I need to have? Job. Yeah, let's talk about job skills. And those job skills are things you need to know to do the job, right? So to be an English teacher, I have to be able to read, write, and speak English, right? I need to know how to write lesson plans. I need to be able to speak in front of people. Okay? So those are just like 3 of the things that I might need to be able to do to be an English teacher. So you can think about, you know, what kind of job skills do you have for your job, right? So like when I worked in retail, some of you work in retail or sales. What are important skills? You have to be able to friendly to customers. I had to place orders. I had to be able to use office equipment like printers and computers and multi-line phones. Sorry. And what else? I have to be able to count money, right? And make schedules for departments. Okay, so those are some of the things that I might be needing to do if I was going to be in sales. You have to be friendly to customers. You need to be able to place orders, count money, and make schedules for, I had to make schedules for different departments. So every job is going to have a set of job skills related to it. So let's go back and turn to page 96 in your student book, the one we use in class. And I'll give you a second to turn to page 96. Okay, so we should be looking at this big picture here. What do you see? What kind of setting is that? It could be a hospital or some kind of a clinic. We see an older lady, so it might be like a nursing home where they take care of older people. What else do we see? Let me see if I can make my thing bigger here. We see this is an x-ray. So this is probably the x-ray lab. This is a wheelchair. This is a walker. This is a stretcher, right? So this looks like he might be a doctor, and this looks like they may be a nurse or a physical therapist, because if she's helping her walk, she might be some kind of physical therapist, right? So, and then, yeah. Oh, and over here we have like the work schedule. So you have this guy right here looking at the work schedule. Okay? So, let's, I'm going to say some words, and I want you to repeat them after me. Lab. Lab. Linens. Linens. Patient. Patient. Walker supplies. Walker supplies. Co-workers. Co-workers. And orderly. And orderly. A wheelchair. A wheelchair. So let's go over some of those words. The lab, that's where they were doing the x-rays. We see the picture of the x-rays. The linens, those are like your pillows, and sheets. So we see John is there with the pillows and the sheets, and he's got a cart of sheets. So those are linens. A patient. Okay, the patient is someone to be needing care. So the patient is the person that's admitted and is getting care. So the patients are wearing the green gowns. We see the older lady, and we see the younger guy in the wheelchair. Those are the patients. Okay, and then walker supplies. I mean, we see the older lady with a walker. I don't know what they're talking about with the walker supplies. Now, we do see Marco pushing some supplies. He's got gloves and mask. So that could be some of the supplies they're talking about. Co-workers are just people you work with. Right? Let's see. An orderly. An orderly is probably like John. He helps in the hospital or clinic. Now, an orderly probably doesn't have any medical training. And he probably just helps keep the linen stocked, the beds changed, and the place clean. And he maybe helps move patients or whatever, but he has little or no medical training. So let me write that. Okay? Because he's going to be helped out by the doctor or the nurse. He's just helping them out. And the wheelchair is obviously a chair with wheels used by people who can't walk. Guys, I cannot type today. It's late. Sorry. All right. So a wheelchair is like what the younger patient is in with the green gown. So he's in a wheelchair, and it's just because he can't walk, they can push him around. Okay. So if you want, you can stop the video and be sure that you understand these words, and be sure that you can find them on page 96. Okay, so back on page 96, after you've finished finding and making sure you can locate all of the vocabulary, let's answer some yes and no questions. Hold up, I can be big. Okay, because we're just going to answer some yes and no questions. Okay. Are the people working here? Yes, they are. We see John, Arlene, and Marco, and a few other of their co-workers. They are working. So look at Marco. Can you find Marco? I'm going to ask you, is Marco a nurse? Is Marco a nurse? No, he's probably an orderly, because he's just pushing items around, probably stocking them. He's not helping with any of the patients. Okay. Let's see. Is this a wheelchair? Is this a wheelchair? Yes. Yes. Let's see. Are Marco and Arlene co-workers? Are Marco and Arlene co-workers? Yes, they are. But we see them both, and they're both working at the clinic. Okay. Let's see. Is this woman using a walker? Is this woman using a walker? Yes, she is. She's using a walker. Is the man with the linens tired? Is the man with the linens tired? So we know that linens mean like pillow and sheets. So we're talking about John. So is John tired? Yes, because we see him yawning. That means he's tired. So is John with the linens tired? Yes. Is the man in the lab a patient? Is the man in the lab a patient? Nope. He's not. What might he be? Well, he's dressed up, and then he's got a doctor's coat on and a stethoscope around his neck. Stethoscope. So he's probably a doctor. He's probably a doctor. Okay. I'm going to go back small. Okay, so what is the man in the lab doing? What is the man in the lab doing? He's looking at an x-ray. See that x-ray of the hand? He's looking at an x-ray. What is Marco doing? What is Marco doing? It looks like he's maybe pushing a cart of supplies. It says gloves and masks on there. So Marco is pushing supplies. What is Arlene doing? What is Arlene doing? It looks like Arlene, right now, she's got her clipboard and she's got her x-ray. So she may have been reviewing the x-ray, but right now she's talking to Marco. So Arlene is talking to Marco, right? What is John doing? What is John doing? John he's tired. He's yawning. It looks like he might be looking at the work schedule. He might be looking at the work schedule. But he also has the linens and the pillow. So he might be putting them away or getting ready to put them on a bed. So he's got the linens out, right? And then we have, like we talked about, that she might be a physical therapist, because it looks like she's maybe helping her walk, right? We don't know their names. And then what's this lady doing? What's this lady doing? She's pushing a cart, and it has flowers on it. So she's probably delivering the flowers to some patients' rooms. So somebody may have ordered them some flowers, and she is taking them to them. Okay, so we are about done with today's lesson. Well, with the part one. This is just part one. But don't forget to put your name in the comments. So when you leave a comment, be sure to type your name, because sometimes your name doesn't show up beside it. So to get credit for the class, be sure you're also typing your name in. And so we're done with part one, so I'll see you directly in part two.